and that you guys are here, and that we're going to get to have this chat and then see if any questions come in as well from other people and anyone else joining the page as well. It'd be great to just have this discussion with everyone. I just see Alison coming in here as well, so just let Alison in there too. So this is amazing to have this chat. So guys, we are live now. Alison, very welcome. Great to have you here. How are you? Okay, so guys, you're very welcome to our live chat with our bioenergy students this evening. I'm super excited to have this conversation with everybody. We have Tracy, Lisa, Louise, Roanne, and Alison here. So just and really looking forward to having the chat with you about your background to do with bioenergy, what your hopes and dreams are to do with your bioenergy practice as well. So it gives a great insight to people as well into what training in this is like, because it can seem a little bit far-fetched when you're at the other side of it before you start this type of training as well, as to know what it's actually all about. So it's great to have that, be able to have this conversation with you, and thanks to you all for taking the time. And then my wonderful colleague Aga is also here as well. He'll be looking after our Facebook page and seeing if any comments or questions are coming in. Thank you, Aga, for being here as always. So if anybody is watching in and you just want to get involved in the conversation or ask any questions, just feel free to pop them in and we'll answer the questions for you as well. If you want to pose them to myself and Aga, as working with the Bioenergy Academy, or to any of the girls, the ladies that are here in front of me as well, to see if if you want to pose any questions to them as well. So we're just to start off, because I love these type of conversations. I love hearing about people's backgrounds. Maybe it's because I worked in human resources for so many years or something, and I used to love doing interviews. But it's I love just hearing about your background, hearing about your story, and seeing why this ended up on your path. And I suppose, I'm so passionate about this and sharing this in the world that to me, it's just amazing to connect with other people who have that passion in sharing this as well. So Tracy, if you don't mind if I come to you first, just to ask you about, what brought you to bioenergy? How did this end up on your path? How did you come to doing it? And just to talk a bit about that for a moment, if that's okay.
Yeah, it was a long road. I suppose my first time I found energy or even noticed it was I was getting a head massage from a girl, and at the end I felt this real release, like as if my head was exploding in a nice way. And I said, what do you have to do in there? And she said, oh, I just did a bit of Reiki on you, you seemed a bit stressed. So it was in my house and my girlfriends were over, and I was like, I'm after getting Reiki, and it was amazing. And then time passed and didn't think any more about it. And then I was quite unwell after my second child and needed a bit of help, and wasn't getting any relief from Western medicine or anything like that. And I was recommended this local girl, Lynn Barker, and she's a bioenergist in Lusk. And I went to see her, and I didn't really know anything about it. I thought I was going to come bouncing out with energy, like I had no idea, but I just heard she was great at what she did and she could help. So had 4 sessions with Lynn, and it was amazing. Like, just felt fantastic after it, and just the curiosity just started from there. Researched, Googled, and just like, I want to do this. This is fantastic. This can help me. It can help everybody. Like, everybody should know about this. So yeah, that's how I got here.
And I think a lot of people, that's part of the story, is you get bitten by the bug somehow, or else you just have the innate knowing that you need to follow it in some shape or form. Okay, Tracy, thanks so much for sharing. Lisa, just to come to you next, just to ask you how bioenergy has ended up on your path, if that's okay.
My story is not that far away from Tracy's either. It was something that I had looked into 3 years ago, and I had just had a child, and he was only three months old at that stage. And unfortunately, with the traveling up and down to Dublin with a 3-month-old child, just wasn't doable. So when Zoom came along, I think I stalked your page for like 2 years. And then when I seen that the Zoom was online, and it was just the perfect opportunity for me to be fit to work it around the family and things like that there. So that's what brought me to bio healing energy, and I have to say it's been definitely very well suited for me. And I think it was just really the universe kind of popping up at me all the time. I don't know how many times the page came up on my Facebook, and it just kept like prompting me to nearly write, this is what you have to do, kind of thing. And it was really as simple as that. It just kind of kept always flashing up on my Facebook. So I think it was just meant to be for me anyhow.
Yeah, I think we keep getting the nudge, don't we, until we start to
Yeah.
use it as well. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks so much. Louise, how about you? How did you end up on your path?
Hi, sorry, the computer froze there. For me, it's the same. The nudging kept the universe kept nudging me, and excuse me. It was, I suppose, I was at a crossroads, and I how do I explain? I've always wanted to help people, but I never knew how. And I suppose I chased that through. I did a master's in human rights law, and I was going to going to the United Nations and help people that way. And different paths, different things. And but I also trained as a homeopath years ago. Loved it, helped my kids with it, helped my family, but it just didn't get to the root of what I wanted to do. I knew something was missing. So bioenergy again popped up on Facebook. It haunted me there. I was like, what is this? Why is it there? I'm going to look at it. And it was at a time, it was like I said, I'm just going to look at this. And I rang you, Helen, and that was it. It was just no going back. It was just, it has been a huge, amazing journey to do. Yeah.
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 Amazing. Thanks, Louise. Thanks for being so open and sharing as well. Yeah, great. And Rowan, for you, how did it end up on your path?
Yeah, so I studied biomedical science, I have a background in science, and I've always been interested in energy. So I started practicing the law of attraction, and then eventually I became curious about the energy systems and how they can affect the body. So I just decided like I want to do something that I love, and I think that's my passion as well. I also want to help people, and I believe there's always a natural way to heal. So yeah, that's how I became interested in this course.
Okay, thanks, Rowan. Thanks for sharing. And Alison, how about you?
Hi, Helen. Well, I heard about bioenergy about 30 years ago, actually maybe 40 years ago, in the 80s. And I sort of kept it in the back of my mind for a long, long time. And I never did anything about it. And I was a natural healthcare therapist for 15 years or so. And then I decided last year to go and do a weekend in it. So I did a weekend, but then with COVID, we couldn't travel. So I couldn't continue on with the course, and I was desperate to continue. So I was searching around on the internet, how can I do this? How can I do this the same way as I was already there? And your name popped up, Helen, and your academy. And again, like one of the ladies, like Louise, once I rang you, that was it. I had the conversation. I loved what you were talking about. I just felt, yeah, this is for me. I got very excited about it. And and you convinced me that it would be the same, as being already, there in person, doing it online. And so I was so excited that I had to go for it. And yes, it has been an amazing 8 months.
Yeah.
That's been great.
It goes fast, doesn't it? And I can't believe it's you guys are graduating this weekend. Like it's amazing how fast it goes. Like, isn't it really?
Yeah. I can't believe it. I can't believe how fast it went. And I don't want it to end.
No.
Yeah, fast in a good way.
In a good way. Yeah, it was brilliant. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Thanks, Alison. And then, just to shift focus a little bit, Tracy, just coming back to you. So, what made you choose the Bioenergy Academy and this course? Was there anything in particular, any reason in particular that you went for it?
Well, I didn't find much on the internet except the academy. It was with Gemma at the time, and your name was there as well. And we've mutual friends from years ago, so I knew your name and I knew of you. And I was just keeping an eye and just thinking about it. Then one day my daughter had broken her collarbone, and we went down to the pavilions, and there was Bioenergy Academy. I was like, whoa, this is weird. So Aga was there and Gemma was there, and I went over and I had a chat, and I was telling her, oh yeah, look, I get bioenergy all the time. I love it. I've been really interested. I just got an email from you last night. This is really weird. And she did a little bit of work on Millie and took the pain out of her shoulder or her collarbone. And Aga had my son, and she spoke briefly, but I was so busy and I wasn't ready, and spoke to her again and said, look, it's not the right time for me. And then about a year later, it was the right time. Went to one of your workshops and just signed up straight away. I said, yeah, what am I waiting for? This is amazing. I need to do this now. Yeah. So I'm delighted.
Thanks, Tracy. And Louise, for you, what was it that drew you to this particular course?
It felt clean, it felt clear, it resonated with me. I just was drawn to it, and speaking with you, I was drawn to what you were saying to me, and it felt right for me. So it was all about the feeling and just knowing that sense that it was right. And I suppose my analytical mind was like, yeah, it's very structured and very clear. So yeah, that all of that came together, and I had researched other ones as well to see, and this was it for me. This was it. Yeah.
Amazing. Thanks, Louise. And Rowan, for you, what drew you to this course in particular?
Yeah, so to continue my story, I just started searching for bioenergy schools, and I saw a few actually, and this one, when I checked the website, the topics it covers, like the EFT, mindfulness, Qigong, all these things. I was like, this can be a big support, not only for the clients, also for us as students and practitioners, like mentally, emotionally, physically. And I was like, yeah, that's the right course for me. And it seemed very flexible because I'm a mom of 2 kids and, always busy. So it felt right for me.
Yeah. And I think even, there is a lot in the course as well, but when you touched on flexibility as well there, Rowan, I suppose the course being trained in this way offers a lot of flexibility to people as well. You can dip in and out of the class during the day if you need to. You can go back over stuff if you need to. The replays are there if you need that as well. So I suppose it helps maybe where some people the course mightn't have been accessible to people before. Even like Lisa, you mentioned as well, the traveling up and down or staying over places, that type of thing as well. And obviously the in-person part is important. But you bring the in-person part in your own practice at home, and you get to experience that as well. And then obviously when things free up a bit more, we can have an in-person meetup and we can all come together as well. So I suppose being able to offer that flexibility, it's a key part of it now as well. Thanks for sharing that. And Alison, how about you?
Yeah, well, Helen, I saw the big sign for the academy also, and I was doing a course in Sutton Hotel, and there you were next door, and I think I did it again the following month, and it was there again, and it seemed to be like following me in some ways, and the time was right. Actually, looking up the syllabus, it was very grounded, Helen. Very down to earth, and the topics that cover this, you're covering Qigong, again, EFT, all of those things that I had dipped into already, that I thought was very, very down to earth, practical, and a very good add-on to bioenergy as well. So after looking at all of that, it felt right, like within the body, it felt right, so right decision.
Yeah. Thanks, million, Alison. And Lisa, I know you've touched on it a little bit already, but what drew you to this one in particular? It was just the Facebook stuff screaming at you, was it?
Well, it was the Facebook and the website. Whenever I went on to it, it was very appealing. It was simply worded. It wasn't loads of different words of confusion. It pointed out the benefits really well. And for me, it sold it with the benefits for me personally, it was a healing path that I wanted to go down. Yes, for other people, but I was starting on myself first, and the healing process throughout the whole 8 months has just been amazing for me personally. I was going through a difficult time in my life, and it just had really, really helped me tremendously. It's been one of those things that I don't think I would have got through things as well without the help of the course. And every time I done a module, I was excited for the next month. There was so much interest and stuff, and there was so much learning involved. But it was all brilliant because you could replay. Like if I missed half an hour, I wouldn't have been panicking as in, oh, I can replay that at a later time. So the flexibility of it again for me, and the healing for myself was the benefits.
Yeah. And like, thanks so much, Lisa. And I have to say, you know, you guys and all your colleagues in the class and, you know, the other classes that have gone through in the last, you know, couple of years as well, the last few that we've done online as well, like everyone has had their own challenges and, you know, difficulties going on as well in their lives. And the fact that you've stuck at it, you've been able to keep going with it, that you've felt some benefit in it for yourselves as well through that. It's just amazing. Like, you are all amazing. You know, I say that to you guys all the time, like, you are. You know, when you see what is going on in people's lives, and then you're still willing to show up and support other people and to show up for yourself first of all as well, you know. And Rowan and Lisa, you've got mentioned there as well, you know, I suppose just how much this can bring into our own lives. And I suppose I always say that analogy of put your own mask on first with the airplane safety, you know, guys. But it is true, you know, we need to put ourselves first in the self-care queue, and it's making sure that all these practices and tools that we have learned, that we give them to ourselves first and give that gift to ourselves first before we turn around to support other people and give that gift to them. And then we're coming from the strongest place possible when we are supporting other people as well. So thanks so much to you all for sharing. The next bit now that we're going to move to the next topic is the fun bit. This is the bit that I love. It's really seeing, you know, when you look back at the start of the program and you look at where you are now, and what you've learned and what you've gone through on this program as well. You know, when you think about it, what are the key learnings for you? What have the key benefits, you know, been for you? What are the key benefits for you now? And, you know, how does this play into your life at the moment? So Tracy, you okay if I come to you first on that one?
Yeah, I suppose the realization that self-care is number one, like, absolutely. And just having all the different modalities in the course, like EFT, Qigong, gratitude, and just the way I go about my day and my life is just completely different, like mindset. Rowan was talking about the law of attraction, and just thinking, like, you know, your intention, wherever your intention is, like, that's where the energy flows. There is a saying, where the mind flows, the energy flows, where the intention, you know, it's just, it really is true. And realizing that, you know, you can change your life, you can change how you are and how you react to things. And just the self-care that you give yourself is really important before you start thinking of other people and helping other people. And the more you do it, to realize how good it is, the more you want to help everybody else, you know. Yeah, it's amazing.
And I think sometimes it can be about just like resetting the compass, realigning the compass over to where it's aligned to what's in our best interests.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's what the practices do as well. They help you to just reset it over to the mark where it should be, that things just open up for us and feel better for us as well, you know. And Tracy, like, just, you know, with day-to-day things, you know, when you say day-to-day practices, what are your top favorites that you do?
Qigong's amazing. Yes, I don't get to do it every day, but when I don't do it, I realize, oh, I didn't do Qigong today, or it's just fantastic. Like, it just really gives you a lift in the morning. Tapping, EFT is just without a doubt fantastic. Like, I tap all the time, and it shifts a lot of limiting beliefs, energy blocks, or, you know, even a bit of nerves coming on here tonight. You know, just tapping is the first thing that you think of, like, that'll get rid of that. Just, yeah, they're my main two. And like gratitude, just remembering to be super grateful for absolutely everything. I don't journal it, but like, I can't do everything all the time every day, because you'd be the whole day doing them, because there's so many and you cover so many in the course. But my favorites would be Qigong, EFT, and gratitude. Yeah, they definitely would be the ones that I would do. And meditating, yeah, when I can.
Thanks, Tracy. Okay, thanks a million. Louise, how about you? So from, you know, the start of the course up to now, what are the learnings that have come through for you, the key benefits that you have, and how you bring that into your daily life?
There has been huge personal development, emotionally and spiritually in myself, and a lot of a negative emotional release around fear of this kind of work. The difference of who I was to who I am now is just amazing. I feel so much stronger because of the course. I've been given so much tools that have strengthened me and given me I'm just blown away by what the course has given me, as in the tapping, I've gone back to my meditation, qigong before I do my practice if I get a chance, but I do a lot of meditation, and gratitude writing, but also gratitude nearly every second. My heart is so full of gratitude and thanks and love, because of it's like my heart chakra has opened because of this course. You know, it has just released, it just has flowered. You know, I can just feel the love. I never knew about bioenergy, but this has just been like the last piece of the jigsaw for me, and to step into a place of just gratitude and love, and just know that I've always, as a little girl, wanted to help people, and this is it. I had applied to do nursing, go back to nursing and social work. They're gone now. They're gone. I am actually more at one and peace with myself today than I've ever been in my entire life. It's been amazing. And thank you, Helen, and thank you, Aga. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And like, it's you know, that's what I suppose drives us to do this work. When you see the comments that you guys have about, you know, how this can benefit you in your lives and how it can be shared with others as well, you know, and there's such power. It's so simple when you know how, but there's such power in it to bring release, happiness, joy, rebalance. You know, the list goes on and on and on. Yeah. Of what can be brought into our lives with this work, like in such a simple way, once you know how. Like, it's just, you know, and you say about an open heart, Louise, like mine feels like it's like all the time, you know. I have so much love for everyone that I work with in this work as well, you know, and for all you guys, you know, when I work with you, you know, in the course and all during the, you know, there's obviously lots of chat that we have nearly every day the whole way through the course as well. So it's just amazing, and thanks for your openness and sharing, Louise, as well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And Rowan, for you, so from when you look at the start of the course and what you were hoping to achieve, because I know we talked, you know, we were going back and forth as well of what you were looking to get from this type of course before you signed up, before you started as well, and to where you are now, you know, launching into, you're graduating at the weekend. What do you feel the learnings have been for you, the benefits have been for you in that area as well?
Yeah, it was even better than expected. So yeah, I just, as you always used to say, Helen, you can't give from an empty cup. And these tools we learned that I practice every day, they're just amazing. Like, I feel grounded. I feel like I can do anything. I'm just connected to everything around me. My relationship with myself is much better, like, is strong, and we really learn how to deal with our emotions, thoughts, and even my relationship with my kids is stronger. Like, it's amazing. And the sessions I received from everyone, and especially Louise as well, I was case study for her. it really works. It's amazing.
Yeah, it brings so much, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We have a comment from Sakina there. Sakina, thank you so much, and great that you're here. Thanks for being here as well. That's Gazella, who's one of our graduates as well. So Tracy, you know Gazella, yeah. So Alison, for you then, from the start of the program, what you were hoping to achieve, and, you know, up to now, what do you feel are the key benefits and the key learnings for you?
Well, Helen, I'm amazed at the in-depth that this bioenergy course goes into. I just have the sheet in front of me, and I'm blown away with the amount of detail, from chakras to meridians to every aspect of the body. You're like a detective. No part of the body gets away without being looked at and discovering where these blockages are coming from. So I never thought that it was going to go into such depth, and it has opened a door for me now, and I think there's no going back. And in the future, like, I do hope to work with this. I love working with energies. I always have done. And I think that, you know, level of disease can be cured at disease can be cured at these levels. And I think this is where we need to go with illnesses in the future, to look at, the entry point into the body on the different levels that disease and illness occurs. Because these days we're living through now, a lot of illness is very emotional and spiritual, and, you know, all these aspects. It's not only physical or diseases, but bacteria and so on. But it's just the in-depth knowledge that you can get from being on this course. So thank you, Helen.
You're very welcome. And I suppose it's very important for us that as a therapist, you leave the other side of this course, or even, if you just want to do it for yourself in your own life, or family and friends, that you leave with a confidence in being able to use the tools and the materials that we train. So it's not just, I've qualified and I've left, but I don't really know how to put it into play. It's, it's really important that that strong confidence and that feeling of empowerment is there. That from, you qualify on Sunday and you can step in on Monday, and if you want to practice it straight away in a business, I know some of you already have businesses set up and have been setting them up in the last while as we come to the close of the program. So, that's a key part of it. And also when we're looking at ourselves, our own health and well-being, and with clients who we work with as well, our family and friends, or even our pets, animals, wild animals, whoever it is we're working with, that we can look wide, that we can look at a lot of different angles, and we can go deep. We can go deep to the root cause, we can release from the root cause, and then we can allow the corkscrew, the coil, to untangle and unwind from wherever it has taken a hold as it has gone through the years, if imbalances are there from wherever the root has been. So I suppose that's a key part to it as well, Alison, thanks so much for sharing. And
thank you, Helen. Thank you.
So Tracy, hopes and dreams for the future, what are they with your practice? What are you hoping to do? Where is it going to go next for you?
Well, look, my dreams are huge. I want bioenergy to be everywhere, in hospitals, mental hospitals, just tapping in schools. I just want it to be the norm, because it should be the norm. It should be your first port of call, really, like having a bioenergy therapist in every GP practitioners in the world, if not in Ireland. That's what I feel I would love to see. But for the moment, I am working full time, so I will be taking my time to start up my own practice. But that is what I want to do. Maybe starting, working in the evenings, taking clients in the evenings, at the weekends, and seeing how I go from there. But yeah, definitely want to get stuck in sooner rather than later. Yeah.
And it's about staying connected into the community that you're in as well. To have that support there in the background, and that we're always here to support anyway, even in the future, if you're progressing with your business as well. But it's keeping the connections with others as well is really important. So that sense of community, as well. And big dreams are amazing. I love your dreams. Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you.
Louise, how about you? Hopes and dreams, next steps. And we've seen your beautiful logo coming through for your business as well.
Thank you. That was, it was exciting doing that, and just kind of, again, just using some tools that we had been given in the course to help me decide on what way to go. And just once I started getting that logo out there, and that was it, then the mind just started to just become one, and just really stepping into that path, like, this is it. But today was definitely the enlightenment. But the future, I'm out there. My doors are open from the 10th of May. I am open from the 10th of May for everyone, no matter where they are, internationally, Europe, Australia, China, wherever you are. I'm here because we've been trained so well to work remotely, and I can work when with COVID settles and we get a little place and I have my own room somewhere. But remotely at the moment, and anyone, anywhere. So I'm here, just contact me. I'm Louise Glynn. Bioenergy Clinic up and running.
And we'll share your business, share your Facebook page into the comments.
Thank you.
And anybody else who's ready to go, we'll just share them in as well. And I share them on our Facebook page as well, and your details go up on our website as well. So it's amazing. And like Louise, what you've touched on there, even with the remote work as well, it's such a key part of this work. And we had, there's a Bioenergy Therapists Association, there was a CPD day there last weekend for bioenergy therapists. We were talking as therapists on that about the importance of remote work and making sure that is available. And I suppose I've done a lot of work in the last year with bioenergy therapists in Ireland from lots of different schools to encourage them to work remotely as well, that this therapy is still available to people. And even, if times allow for in-person all of the time, in the future, things go back to a semblance of that. You know, the fact that your reach can be global with this work, your market is global, and we all have people that we know in different countries in the world, you know. So it's just letting people know that they can access you. And you can have people as well where maybe the winter time they don't want to travel, you know, or they're tired, or they're not well, or they can't travel, they're not able to at a certain point in time. And it just gives the flexibility there that you can offer it both ways as well. And I know some people have a preference to work remotely, some people have a preference to work in person, some people like both. So it's just you know, amazing to have both tools there that you can use either side whenever you want to, because, you know, you guys have seen from your very first module that, you know, the way energy feels to you is the same whether you're in person or remotely. Sometimes it's even stronger remotely. And the way it feels to our clients, it's the same. If they can feel it remotely, you know, as clients, we can all feel it remotely, the same way as we would in person, and the exact same benefits are achieved. You know, and it's that realizing that we can connect and we can tap into that collective consciousness energy, and, you know, work with our subconscious and the subconscious of our clients, and learn to read energy in that way. And that's just amazing. And obviously that's all packed into module 1 as well, you know. So yeah, so I love you've touched on those topics as well. Thanks, Louise.
Thank you.
So Rowan, for you then, from going from the very start of the program to now, what do you feel the key learnings and benefits have been for you?
Yeah, as I said, like it helped a lot in my daily life. I'm practicing the tools every day and the techniques, and I feel like if I miss a day, I feel there's something missing. I have to just connect to that energy, to that, you know. It's, yeah, I love it. And as I said, my relationship with my kids, with myself, with everything is strong, and yeah, I can deal with my emotions much better. And yeah, it's amazing. And all the feedback I got from the case studies were really encouraging. Like, that really encouraged me to just start thinking about doing my Facebook page, my website, and hopefully soon after we graduate, I will start working with this. I'm really interested in working with children as well.
Yeah, you mentioned that you want your focus
Yeah.
on children. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah. And like, you know, I know when you were working, you know, you've worked on your own children as well. And the energy, you could feel the energy is so light when you're working on children as well. And it just moves so fast. You know, it's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Rowan. So when you're ready as well, we'll obviously share, you know, your details for your business that you're setting up as well, you know. And it's fantastic to hear you saying that now, because I know I listened to you a couple of months ago saying, I will do it in the future. This is what I want to do, but I will do it in the future. And now hearing you say that, you know, it's a stronger, I'm stepping into it. It's just amazing. So well done to you. Yeah, it's amazing. Congratulations. Okay, and Alison, for you then, hopes and dreams. So next steps, what are you hoping to do with it?
Okay, well, Helen, at the moment I'm working full time, but I'm hoping to work with my family, work with friends, work with myself regularly, have sessions with your good self, and do it on myself too, and also yeah, and eventually, hopefully, please God, next year, you know, when things settle down a little bit for me here with work, it'd be lovely to set up a practice and start treating people and let them see the benefits, because it is so powerful, you know. And it is amazing through my own experience of having treatments with yourself, Helen, that blockages that have been removed, and you know, just the energy flowing much easier, and a lot of stress leaving the body, actually, you know. And that's been huge for me, actually. That's been really good. So thank you.
Thanks, Alison. Thanks so much for sharing. And like, you know, touching on stress there, Alison, as well, like it's such a huge one for, you know, there's low grade stress that's been there in the background for people there, you know, for the last year as well, on top of the stress that we may have had in our lives anyway. So yeah, there's self-care, extra self-care is needed to support that on a regular and daily basis as well. And I know Lisa was at a sports match with one of her children from the car, so I know Lisa's had to pop off for that as well, but we can catch up with Lisa again, and thanks to Lisa for being here for the time that she was as well. So guys, I really appreciate the time with you this evening. It's been amazing just to, you know, to share some more with you. I'm looking forward to our weekend this weekend for our module later, our last weekend, but it's new chapters starting for all you guys as well. So I hugely appreciate you being here, and to everybody who's checked in on Facebook and looked at the live or checked in on the replay as well. You know, thanks to you guys for connecting with us as well. And if you have any questions or anything you'd like to ask in the future, just pop them into the comments, and myself and Aga will come back to them as well. And Aga, as always, thank you so much to you for being here and the support that you are. It's such a pleasure working with you, and I really feel privileged to work with you as well. So thank you so much for everything that you give to the course and to your work as well. So guys, wishing you a great evening ahead. I hope you've had a lovely experience in, you know, stepping forward with your own truth, your own bioenergy, with your next steps, with your hopes, with your visions, you know. And I'm wishing all of you guys so much success and luck in the time ahead with your bioenergy, your practice, your business, and, you know, working on yourselves as well, bringing this into your life for yourselves as well. So thank you for your time, and have a great evening ahead.
Thanks,
Okay.
Ellen.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aga.
Bye guys. Thanks a million.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.